Are your vocational assessments truly preparing learners for the workplace, or are they just another step in the certification process? Assessments should do more than test knowledge. They should help learners develop and demonstrate the skills they need for real jobs. However, how we administer, analyze, and improve assessments makes all the difference in achieving better learning outcomes. In this session, we'll explore 3 key areas. 1. Administering assessments effectively to ensure fairness, reliability, and clear alignment with assessment standards. 2. Analyzing assessment results to identify learning gaps and use data to drive improvements. 3. Improving assessments continuously to refine methods, enhance learning outcomes, and ensure students gain real-world competencies. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your support helps me to create more valuable content for vocational teachers, trainers, and professionals. Administering assessments. A well-administered assessment ensures that students are evaluated fairly, accurately, and consistently. Poorly managed assessments can lead to unreliable results, affecting both learning outcomes and the credibility of qualifications. Let's break down the key elements of effective assessment administration, including setting the right conditions, maintaining integrity, accommodating diverse learners, ensuring fairness, and documenting the process properly. Creating the right assessment environment. The conditions in which an assessment takes place can directly impact performance. To ensure fairness and accuracy, written tests should be conducted in a quiet, well-lit, distraction-free environment. Practical assessments must have the necessary tools, equipment, and safety measures. Online assessments require a secure, stable, and accessible platform. Clear instructions should be given before the assessment, outlining expectations, grading criteria, and time limits so all learners can demonstrate their skills under the same conditions. Maintaining integrity and preventing misconduct. Ensuring that assessments are honest and credible means taking steps to prevent cheating, plagiarism, or misconduct. For example, written exams use spaced seating, identity checks, and restricted access to unauthorized materials. Practical assessments. Ensure students complete tasks independently or in defined team roles with clear individual evaluation. Remote assessments. Verify authenticity using video monitoring, plagiarism detection tools, and structured questioning. Diverse assessment methods. Combine practical tasks, oral questioning, and written tests to understand competence fully. Accommodating learners with special needs. Inclusive assessments ensure all learners have a fair opportunity to succeed. Common accommodations include extra time for written exams, alternative formats such as large print, braille, or assistive technologies, modified workstations for practical tasks. Assessors should be trained in inclusive assessment methods, and institutions should have clear policies for handling accommodation requests without stigma or bias. Regularly review assessment methods to eliminate cultural biases and ensure relevance. Documenting the assessment process. Clear documentation supports transparency, quality assurance, and continuous improvement. Essential records include assessment schedules, ensuring learners and assessors know what to expect. Assessment instruments, storing copies of exams, task sheets, and rubrics. Learner performance records, keeping track of results and feedback. Incident reports, documenting irregularities such as misconduct or technical issues. Special accommodations, recording adjustments for learners with additional needs. Using digital tools to store and track this information can improve efficiency and support ongoing assessment improvements. Administering assessments properly is about more than conducting a test. It's about creating the right conditions for learners to showcase their true abilities. By ensuring fairness, maintaining integrity, accommodating all learners, and keeping clear records, assessments remain credible, meaningful, and effective. Analyzing assessment results to identify learning gaps and drive improvements. Assessment results should do more than measure student performance. They should provide valuable insights that help improve learning outcomes. By effectively analyzing assessment data, educators can identify learning gaps, strengths, and areas needing improvement, ensuring that both teaching strategies and future assessments are aligned with real-world competency requirements. Collecting and organizing assessment data. Assessment data must be collected and organized systematically. This includes written exams and quizzes, scores and response patterns, practical assessments, assessor observations, rubrics, and task completion rates, learner feedback, self-assessments and reflections, attendance and participation records, engagement levels in learning activities. Using spreadsheets, digital assessment platforms, or learning management systems, LMS, can make data tracking easier and more effective. Identifying learning gaps and performance trends. Once data is organized, the next step is spotting trends and patterns that indicate where learners excel and struggle. Key areas to focus on include common mistakes. Are there specific topics or skills multiple learners struggle with? Competency gaps. Do learners fail in practical applications despite performing well in written tests? Group versus individual performance. Are certain students or groups consistently underperforming? For example, if multiple learners struggle with technical drawing in a welding program, it may signal a need for additional training or a new instructional approach. Using data to improve teaching and learning. Assessment results should inform how educators adjust their teaching methods. If data shows students struggle with a specific skill, instructors can modify lesson plans to reinforce weak areas, offer targeted workshops or additional practice opportunities, use alternative teaching methods such as hands-on demonstrations or peer learning, introduce formative assessments to provide ongoing feedback before final evaluations. By making data-driven decisions, educators ensure that assessments are a continuous improvement tool rather than just a final measure of success. Refining assessments for better accuracy. If certain assessment tasks consistently produce unexpectedly low scores, the issue might not be with students. It might be with the assessment design. Consider the following questions. Are the assessment criteria clear and relevant? Do assessments accurately measure practical competencies? Are there biases or unclear wording in the test questions? Regularly reviewing and refining assessments ensure they remain valid, reliable, and aligned with real-world skills. Analyzing assessment results is not just about grading students. It's about understanding learning patterns and making strategic improvements. By identifying gaps, refining teaching strategies, and improving assessment tools, we can ensure students develop the skills they need for real workplace success. Assessments should never be static. As industries evolve, teaching methods improve, and learner needs change, assessments must adapt to stay relevant, fair, and effective. Continuous improvement ensures that assessments accurately measure competencies and drive better learning outcomes. Why regular assessment improvement matters. Outdated or ineffective assessments can lead to misalignment with industry standards, leaving learners unprepared for real jobs. Unfair or biased evaluation, disadvantaging certain groups of learners. Lack of reliability, where different assessors produce inconsistent results. Limited learning impact, where assessments test memory rather than real skills. Regular review and improvement keep assessments valid, transparent, and practical for learners and employers. The best way to refine assessments is through feedback. Sources include learners. Were the instructions clear? Did the assessment feel relevant? Assessors. Was the marking process straightforward and consistent? Employers. Do assessment outcomes reflect workplace readiness? Performance data. Were there unexpected trends, like unusually high failure rates? Regularly collecting and analyzing feedback helps pinpoint what needs improvement. Techniques for refining assessments. To keep assessments effective, consider the following strategies. Pilot testing new assessments. Trial them with a small group before full implementation. Reviewing and updating assessment criteria. Ensure they align with current industry standards. Balancing assessment methods. Mix practical tasks, oral questioning, and written tests to measure skills holistically. Adjusting difficulty levels. Ensure assessments are appropriately challenging without being unrealistic. Ensuring fairness and reliability. An effective assessment should produce consistent results, regardless of who is assessed or marked. We must use standardized marking rubrics to reduce subjectivity, train assessors regularly to ensure consistency, and monitor and refine assessment wording to remove bias or ambiguity. Every change should be recorded to track improvements over time. Clear documentation supports quality assurance and ensures improvements are based on evidence rather than guesswork. Assessments should evolve alongside education and industry needs. By continuously refining assessment methods, gathering feedback, and ensuring fairness, we can create better learning experiences and stronger, job-ready graduates. We've covered a lot in this session. We explored how to administer assessments effectively, ensuring fairness, integrity, and inclusivity. We then analyzed assessment data to identify learning gaps and improve teaching. Next, we discussed refining assessment tools through continuous improvement. The key takeaway? Assessments should guide learning, not just measure it. By refining our methods, we can improve teaching, enhance student outcomes, and ensure students are truly job-ready. Now it's over to you. Start applying these strategies, whether it's improving feedback, revising outdated assessments, or using data to enhance learning. Small changes can have a big impact. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Check out my website for more TVET resources, and let's connect on LinkedIn. The link is in the description below.